One of my friends asked me, why Dad and his toys? I look at your channel. I did see a power station. I saw a folding wagon, and I saw some car refrigerator. And those are not toys. Well, I beg to differ. Those are, you know, toys. Again, toys for dads. But of course, you know, this dad has actual toys. And in this episode, I'm going to share one of my latest pickup from Walmart. And here you go. Masters of the Universe. Terraclaw Skeletor. There's really no need to reintroduce Masters of the Universe, Skeletor. By now, everybody, almost everybody knows them. They're all over YouTube. So, what are we gonna do with this one? Do I open it up? This is unpunch. Unpunch. Now look at that. Well, being at Walmart, you see there's a bit of a crease in here and a bit of a bend in here. So what to do? Let's open it up. Okay, so let's open it up. Now, there's few ways to open it without really damaging the card, but this is gonna be for display. I'm not gonna keep the card, so I'm gonna open it the way a kid would open it, and there you go. No regard. I'm just gonna open it. Janan! Janan! Just like how a kid would open it. When we were kids, we don't really care what happened to this packing board. Yeah, it is what it is. Put it on the side, and then this thing, throw it away. And if you're lucky, you didn't notice that there's parts that are still in it, and you're gonna throw it away with the plastic. So let's get rid of that, and then see what's inside. Oh, look at that. Skeletor himself. He's got all this tiny. Just get rid of it. Open it up. There you go. There you go. And one more. He's bound really well. Okay. And then pull him out. Pull him out just like that. There you go. And toss that aside. And I got another one here. And here is Skeletor. Look at him. One of the things that they did with the Motu Origins re-release, reissue, is they got rid of the old system where they're using rubber bands for the tie. As you can see here, you got joints in here. They're in some sort of a ball joint. There you go. There you go. And to compare it, I'm gonna pull out an old, a vintage Skeletor. Now I've learned my lesson, so let's just open it up first. The vintage one you'd like to protect somehow, so this is in a protective sleeve. And there you go. You can see there's some discoloration in here, just a bit, and it's on a stand. This one is on a stand. if I take this off, and in here, so right in here are rubber bands. So one of the things with the vintage is they're really hard to stand. So that's why I needed to buy this stand specific for them. And then here they are side by side. One of the things that you would notice as well is the elbow. So the elbow, you can't bend this elbow, there's nothing in it. And this one, the newer one, you do have the option to bend them. And of course the hands are replaceable. The vintage one, you can't replace them, of course. Okay, but I do like the facial feature of the old ones than the new one. Here you go. Here you go. And right at the back, it has some action feature, and this is also available in the vintage one. This one doesn't have the action feature at the back. It just had the sword and the staff. And if you look at this one, a lot of the vintage ones would be missing this. So it's really hard to find a complete one, complete with a staff, with the sword, and even the armor. So going back to this one, let's take this out of here. Going back to this one, you can see the armor, nice and shiny. At the back, you have the action feature. So if I, what do you do with this thing? Pull it? Oh, no. So it moves, but you gotta put this in, I think. So this is his Terra Claw. And let's see how it works. Okay. Okay. Let's start with the hand. Okay, so put it inside. This is me again, not reading the instruction, as I always do, or I always don't. I don't read the instruction. So there you go. That's one claw. Oh, that's one claw. And then there's another one on the other hand. So let's put it in. And you got the two Terra Claws. Of course, you can exchange one of the hands with this. And then you got the staff as well. And an interchangeable head. Okay, so why don't we do that? Why don't we change the head? So let's pull this out, put this one in. There you go. And how do you put this thing on here? Okay, might as well look at the cardboard, which I should have done here. Okay. Oh, okay, there you go. So this one goes right here. Okay. It just goes in like that. Pretty silly. I mean, then again, these are all based on the 1980s cartoons. And the figure, one good thing about this one is I think it would stand on its own. It's going to be able to stand on its own. So yes, so this thing can stand on its own even with the claw, unlike this figure right here. So without the stand, it's hard for this thing to stand on its own, just basically because of the way that ties are connected to the body. Yeah, so there you go. There's Terra Claw. So I can remove this, and I hope I don't break it. Remove it and break it. That's how you start breaking these things. And here you go, and you're supposed to be able to put this in his hand, and it becomes his. So put it in his hand so he can hold it like that. There you go. And now he's got his rawr. So it doesn't have an action like the other ones. Oh, it does. Oh, sorry. So it does. So you can, the action is actually twisting. So if you twist the torso, then that's how you get it. Like a dancing, whatever. And then of course you can put his stab in here. There you go. Again, one of the good things about the newer figures, they're able to fix the hand when it comes to holding up something. This one is a little bit loose over time, but then again, it didn't really start as something that could hold the stab properly. So this thing, you can hold the stab. Again, you can twist the arm, so you got better articulation. There's nothing. Oh, you can actually bend the knee. See? So that's again, that's good. And you can bend the knee, not much, about 90 degrees. And of course the feet, you can bend it to some degree, and that's what enables it to stand on its own. And of course you can twist the legs, you can see that. All in all, this is a great figure. I mean, it's not vintage, and I don't have the vintage yet to compare it to, but it's really good. I mean, if I put it here, you can see it stand by itself again. This one, I take this off. It's really hard to. There you go. But then again, you can see how this thing stands versus how this thing stands, and a little movement on this thing falls. So you have to really put it up perfectly, otherwise it's just gonna fall. And even the stab, it really can't hold its stab properly. So there you go. Oh, that's because the stab is preventing its fall. So I'm gonna put this thing back on. Put this thing back on so it doesn't fall on its base. All right, and there it goes. That's your Claw Skeletor, Masters of the Universe, Motu Origins. Show. It doesn't really sound like that, but hey, it's a toy. You play with it as you wish, right? There you go. Whoop, 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 whoop. And then you can create some pose like this. Yeah. And then some kick. Yeah. There you go. Kick. Yeah. Do this. All right. Thanks everyone for watching. This is a gunner. I can always get a new one. This is a newer one. It's easier to acquire, easier to find than this one's. At least in this condition and as complete as it is. So this one will go back here. And this one will go to my display. And look at that. This thing stands on its own just like that. I leave it alone. Oh, it's not as hard. Look. I like it. Again, thanks everyone for watching. If you do like what you see, just click like and subscribe and click the notification bell so you can see if there's any new video that's coming out. And again, this channel is about toys and toys. So you're gonna see both worlds in the world of a dad, a collector of toys and a collector of toys, as I always say. Thanks everyone for watching, and have a wonderful day, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in this world.